Now, Alison Callan is a global business clarity and success coach, a speaker, an author, and she helps business owners in a range of areas. Thanks for joining me, Alison.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. It's really exciting to be here.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for being here. Now, I know that lots of business owners and a lot of people that watch this very show, they're always looking for tips and tactics and this new little thing we can do. But I know you've spoken a lot about the fact that a lot of the answers, we already know them. So explain this concept to me.
Yeah. What I'm finding so often is that entrepreneurs are looking outside of themselves to find their secret source, this silver bullet, this one thing that somebody else knows that they don't yet know, that is going to give them the answer to creating unlimited success in business. They kind of feel as though they want this one particular thing that they are missing. And actively, it's never just one thing. There's a range of different things that help you get successful in business. And one of the things that I'm very passionate about is helping people understand what success is to them. As soon as they can understand what they want success to mean to them, you can start to create a pathway to actually make that eventuate in your reality.
Now, I have an interest in a lot of areas, but one of the areas of the last few months is people's backgrounds when making Zoom calls. What have you got going on behind you? Because this is very impressive. Sorry that we're off topic, but what's behind you? Because it looks fantastic.
Thank you. So this is branding at its finest. And I do global coaching. Obviously, I'm online quite a lot, and I go to speaking events and such like. So I had my own backdrop created, designed, and personally created for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for an expert in this space, look no further than what someone does for themselves, and that is just very well played.
Do you know, it's one of the most fascinating things, because lying and talking to somebody for such a long period of time, if they have something else to be captivating their attention, you know that you'll keep them for a lot longer. So yeah, all right. I have Emma at Bespoke Backdrops to thank for this too. There's a plug for her.
Oh, there we go. Well played. All right, well, give it to me straight, because I talked to someone who is all about, calm and, giving a professional. Is this too much? Is there too much going on here? Is it distracting?
No.
Okay, I appreciate that. Now,
aesthetically pleasing.
Let's get back on track. Now, for you personally, and I guess, the industry as a whole, can you tell me the difference between having like a business coach, me hiring an advisor, and me having like a mentor? Because I feel like a lot of people are offering services in this area, and there's maybe a bit of overlap, but also a bit of confusion about what's the actual difference. So what is the difference in your experience?
In my experience, such a question, because I honestly believe that people need to be really informed about what they're going to get when they are working with a coach, a mentor, or an advisor. So essentially, a coach is about unlocking a person's potential to really maximize their own performance. It's helping them learn what they already know or want to access, rather than teaching them something. And when you are working with a mentor, that can be a really, really long-term relationship that you have with somebody. And a mentor may share with their mentee a lot of information about their own journey, their own career path. So having a mentor in a similar industry or with certain skills and that you want to obtain going forwards is a really, really good thing to be looking for in a mentor. They also provide a lot of guidance and emotional support and a lot of role modeling. An advisor is normally somebody with more deeper knowledge in this specific area, usually around various expertise. So an advisor role is somebody that will mentor, but ultimately guide and give different categories of perspective that are specific to tasks.
Right. And so
hopefully that was clear enough for you.
Yeah. Can people change and evolve? Like, for example, a good friend of mine, Brad March, we were really great friends. And then he became a bit of a mentor to me. And then over the journey, we discussed him opening a management consultancy, and now he is my manager. And it's sort of gone through that whole thing of everything you described. Is that a thing that these things can change and evolve?
absolutely. I mean, everyone can change and evolve. And I think that's the beautiful thing about it. It's taking ownership and responsibility of knowing what you are capable of and what you actually can tap into as your potential. So absolutely. And I think there's a lot of crossover these days with coaches, mentors, and advisors. But it's really getting to the heart of knowing for that individual what it is that they need the most at any given time. And you can have a combination that really provides some astonishing value for that individual based on what it is that they specifically need.
Yeah, well, I can tell you right now that Brad March gives a lot of value to me, and I am by far his lowest earning client. So it's definitely a one-way street of that relationship, but hopefully it'll change.
I was going to say that was a plug there as well.
Now, this might seem like a weird example, but give me a moment. I've moved around a lot, and I found when I move to a new place that when I want to find like my doctor or my whatever, sometimes I have to go and see 3 or 4 doctors before I find, oh no, this person's my person, they get me. Is it the same in a professional setting, that there's someone who might be this really great advisor and this really great mentor, but maybe we just don't gel? And is there a bit of a process to actually finding your person, or should anyone be your person if they're good at their job?
No, it's a two-way street. It's the same as having chemistry with a friend or a work colleague. There are just some people that you're going to gel more with than others. And again, it's down to that responsibility of the person that's investing in their coach or their mentor and creating that relationship to be honest and say it's working, it's not working. And I always feel very much the same way. You know, my clients are interviewing me as to whether or not they can open up and work with me, and I'm interviewing them to see, really, am I going to be the right fit for them? Do I feel that they can honestly talk to me about everything? We've got that level of rapport. Sometimes it isn't there, and it isn't because somebody isn't highly skilled. It just means that it's not there.
Yeah.
It's
now,
just not.
Finally, I know that work-life balance is something that you talk about a lot, but I guess before we even get into that, the $1 million question is there even such thing? So is work-life balance a thing? That. Is it possible?
No, not in my opinion. No. I honestly believe in a work-life integration. I think when people are striving for something called balance, they think there has to be an equilibrium that they can fall into like a Groundhog Day every single day. If it doesn't work out in the same proportions, then it's not actively going to be successful. And a work-life integration means that we have the ability to be flexible and malleable in our approach to these things. And I know a lot of people strive for work-life balance. But if they look a little bit deeper around what an integration looks like, all of a sudden the pressure alleviates and they can start to see that a work-life integration is their choice, and they can actively change it on the daily, as opposed to buying into a concept that they're always trying to obtain.
Right. Yeah, well, I've always been way skewed work side, and then I realized that now for my work, I do things I enjoy. So I don't really feel like I need a holiday, because I would spend my holidays doing the same thing. And I don't know, my work and life is sort of the same thing. And actually, on a side note, and here's a reason why I do this job. So I believe that you're like the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with, or the people that you end up speaking with, it kind of rubs off on you. So the idea is to try and spend some time with smart people, and hopefully it'll rub off on you. So I come here and get to speak to people like you, who are obviously more intelligent than I am. And I would do this in my spare time, and I've conned these idiots into paying me to come in. So I mean, that's how I've figured out my work-life balance sort of scenario. Is that something you'd recommend, or not so much?
And it was me thinking I was going to get into a coaching session with you there. To be honest, yes, I think everyone should be doing something that they love every single day. And I think that they should be surrounding themselves with people that raise them up. They can celebrate their successes, not people that we feel that we have to dim our light for in any way, shape or form. I really believe that everyone should be passionate enough about what it is that they do and how they do it, that they're not looking for any external acknowledgement in any way, shape or form. It's great when it comes, but it's not necessary to keep going in the pathway that you're creating for yourself, because like I said at the very beginning, success is something that's individualized to every single person. And when you know what that is for you, that feeling of success, everything around you can change, and you can start to consciously create what it is that you desire.
All right, AlisonCallan.com is where you can find out more information on some of the topics and areas that Alison talks about. Alison, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Cheers.